A soft morning light slips through a half-open kitchen window. On the counter, two worlds sit quietly facing each other. On one side, a bowl of fresh fruit, apples, oranges, a handful of nuts. On the other side, a neat row of supplement bottles, labeled with promises, strength, immunity, energy, longevity. And for people over 60, this is no longer just a kitchen scene. It becomes a daily decision that feels bigger than it looks. What should I trust more now, natural food or supplements? Because aging changes the body in subtle but important ways. Energy doesn't rise as quickly as it used to. Muscles take longer to recover. Bones feel less steady. Even memory sometimes hesitates for a moment longer than before. These changes are natural, but they create a space where hope becomes vulnerable, and the supplement industry speaks directly into that space. It promises quick correction. 1 capsule for bone strength. 1 powder for energy. 1 tablet for memory. It sounds simple. Clean. Controlled. But the human body is not built like a checklist. Food, on the other hand, has always been more than just nutrients. It is a biological language the body understands deeply. When you eat a whole apple, you are not just getting vitamin C. You are receiving fiber, water, antioxidants, plant compounds, and natural sugars, all arriving together in a form your body recognizes and processes gently. There is no rush in whole food. No overload. No sudden spike. It is slow, steady nourishment shaped by evolution itself. Supplements behave differently. They isolate nutrients and deliver them in concentrated doses. That can sound powerful, but the body does not always respond better to intensity. It responds to balance, timing, and combination. This is where the real comparison begins, not between good and bad, but between natural complexity and artificial isolation. And the difference becomes even more important as the body grows older, not weaker, but more sensitive to how things are delivered. Inside the human body, nutrients rarely work alone. They function like an interconnected system where one element supports another. Vitamin D, for example, helps the body absorb calcium, but only works efficiently when magnesium is present. Iron absorption improves when paired with vitamin C from food sources. Fat-soluble vitamins need dietary fats to travel and function properly. Whole foods naturally provide these combinations. A piece of salmon does not just give omega-3 fatty acids, it also provides protein and healthy fats that help brain and heart function together. A handful of almonds does not just offer vitamin E, it also delivers magnesium, fiber, and fats that support absorption and metabolic balance. This natural combination is something supplements struggle to replicate. A pill may isolate a single nutrient and deliver it in a high dose, but without the supporting compounds, the body's response can be incomplete or uneven. As people age, this becomes even more important. The digestive system gradually changes. Absorption can slow. Enzyme production may reduce. This is why some nutrients become harder to maintain naturally. But the solution is not always to overload the body with isolated supplements. In fact, research has shown that excessive intake of certain vitamins, especially fat-soluble ones like A, D, E, and K, can accumulate in the body over time. Unlike water-soluble nutrients, they are stored, not easily removed. This means more is not always safer, especially without medical guidance. Food rarely creates this kind of imbalance. The body has built-in regulation for natural sources. You would need extreme dietary excess to reach toxic levels through food alone, which is uncommon in normal life. There is also something deeper happening in whole foods that supplements cannot fully replace: fiber and gut health. The gut microbiome, the trillions of bacteria inside the intestines, depends heavily on plant-based fibers found in real food. These bacteria influence immunity, inflammation, digestion, and even mood regulation. A supplement may correct a deficiency on paper, but it does not feed this internal ecosystem in the same way. And for older adults, this ecosystem becomes even more critical because it connects digestion, immunity, and energy stability into one system. Still, supplements are not useless. They have value in correcting diagnosed deficiencies, such as vitamin B12 or vitamin D in certain conditions. The key difference is purpose. Supplementation should support, not replace. As the body grows older, the question is no longer about choosing extremes. It becomes about understanding context with more honesty and less marketing influence. Food and supplements are not enemies competing for superiority. They are tools with different purposes, designed for different situations. One builds the foundation of daily health, while the other fills specific gaps when the body truly needs support. Whole food works like a long-term biological investment. Every meal made from natural ingredients carries layers of nutrition that extend beyond basic vitamins and minerals. There is structure, timing, and interaction built into it. Fiber slows digestion, allowing nutrients to be absorbed gradually. Natural enzymes assist breakdown without overwhelming the system. Plant compounds like polyphenol and antioxidants work quietly to reduce inflammation and support cellular repair. This is why whole food does not just feed the body, it trains it, stabilizes it, and maintains its rhythm over time. A simple plate of lentils, vegetables, or fruit is not impressive because of one nutrient, but because of how all its components work together. The body recognizes this pattern instantly because it has evolved alongside it for thousands of years. That recognition is what makes the response efficient and balanced. Supplements, on the other hand, act more like targeted interventions. They are designed for precision rather than complexity. When a doctor identifies a deficiency, such as vitamin B12, vitamin D, or iron, supplements can be extremely useful. In some cases, they are not just helpful but necessary, especially when absorption from food is no longer sufficient due to age-related changes. However, their strength is also their limitation. A supplement isolates a single nutrient and delivers it in a concentrated form. This bypasses the natural food matrix, the combination of fiber, enzymes, fats, and cofactors that normally guide how nutrients behave in the body. Without this matrix, absorption and utilization can vary, sometimes leading to inefficiency or excess accumulation. This becomes especially important after 60, when the body's internal regulation systems become more sensitive. The liver and kidneys continue to process nutrients, but their efficiency naturally changes over time. Fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, when taken in high doses without medical supervision, can slowly build up in the body because they are stored rather than excreted easily. This is why more is not always safer, even if it appears beneficial on the surface. At the same time, it would be misleading to dismiss supplements completely. Modern life, reduced sun exposure, dietary restrictions, and medical conditions can all create real deficiencies. In those cases, supplements act as corrective support. The key difference is intention. Are they replacing food, or correcting a proven gap? Another critical factor often overlooked is the gut microbiome. Inside the digestive system lives a complex ecosystem of trillions of bacteria that influence immunity, metabolism, and even mental clarity. These microbes depend heavily on fiber-rich foods to survive and function properly. Whole foods nourish this ecosystem in ways supplements cannot replicate. A capsule may correct a number on a lab report, but it does not feed the biological community that maintains long-term health stability. So the real shift in thinking is not about choosing sides, but about understanding roles clearly. Food is the daily foundation. It should remain the primary source of nutrition because it supports the body in a complete, interconnected way. Supplements are situational tools. They should be used with awareness, guidance, and purpose, not as replacements for meals. Aging, in this sense, is not about loss, it is about refinement. The body does not demand more intensity, it demands more intelligence in choices. Less randomness. More awareness. more respect for how deeply interconnected everything inside us really is. And when that understanding settles in, the decision becomes less confusing. Not which is better, but what is appropriate right now for my body to function at its best. Because in the end, the most powerful health strategy is not found in a bottle or on a plate alone, but in knowing how both are meant to work together, without replacing each other, and without misunderstanding their role in the quiet science of living well. If you found it helpful, like this video and share it with someone over 60 who needs this information. Comment below, what do you rely on more, natural food or supplements?